Now, this time last year, Kenya's Capital Markets Authority lifted restrictions on foreign shareholding in listed firms, effectively allowing you, if you're a foreign investor, to own 100% of any listed company. So it was pretty confusing when Kenya's Attorney General earlier this month issued a gazette notice making it mandatory for companies operating in Kenya to have 30% of their shares held by local entities, either legal ones or actual persons. Failure to comply, and you'll see your company slapped with a fine of $50,000. So what exactly is going on here? That's a question I put to ABC Capital's Johnson Derry.
If you remember well, in the communications industry, it was hard, they had to relax that rule, both on Airtel and you, or ESA, if you will. And the reason was, there are many reasons, but the fact that it had to be relaxed showed that there are instances where it is inappropriate.
But are there instances where it is appropriate? Because I mean, at face value, it looks pretty easy to say you must have 30% local ownership. But actually getting that done is a completely different matter.
What it does is that it gives your local partner disproportionate power, even without an equivalent amount of investment, simply because they know you need them there. Yeah, if for nothing else, just to, they're like a license. So what it does is that it skews decision making, it skews, and a lot of investors naturally would want to avoid that. Now I know some investment companies that would want local participation, especially in the mining sector, purely for political reasons. But you see that is a policy driven by them, and it has nothing to do, it's not statutory, and therefore the local shareholder usually is beholden to deliver value proportionate to their shareholding.
Is there, I guess at this point, the question then would be, okay, it's because the Attorney General's made it clear he wants this done. Either way, it is in the Companies Act. How would it play out if we essentially just wake up and say, okay, we're implementing it from, say, 1st January 2017, you guys must have 30% local ownership?
It becomes difficult because how then for companies that are unable, for whatever reason, to get people to put in money, how then will they allocate shareholding without anybody putting in any money? Secondly, like I pointed out, it skews decision making. For example, once I'm in 30%, I hold a sword of Damocles against my shareholders, because I can always threaten I'm going out, and they'll be in default, that gives me disproportionate power in the board.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but what I'm hearing here sounds like GOK, in the name of trying to promote local participation, at the same time is watering down governance standards.
It just makes doing business in Kenya for foreigners a lot more difficult, a lot more. Again, the ESA issue refers when they had the cooperative guys as shareholders, and these guys were balking at paying anything because they knew they were the only local partners. And therefore what that did was that it made investment into ESA's investment into the sector, it delayed it, and ultimately government had to waive that 30% shareholding, because it was the communications business. Waived it so that these guys could participate. So I see a lot of that going forward, and I honestly don't understand what objectives government is trying to achieve with this, because it essentially forces people to be partners when they don't want to be.
When you're not bringing anything to the table, not capital, not expertise, pretty much nothing.
Exactly.